What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today I'm actually channeling my inner Pablo Sanchez, and if you don't know who Pablo Sanchez is, you were probably playing the wrong kind of backyard sports. But no, seriously, the real reason for today's video is that I'm giving an initial overview and lifestyle review of the brand new Kobe AD NXT Fastfit. Kobe Bryant's birthday just passed, and in honor of that, I guess, really big deal to some people, we got a brand new Kobe model. I've always been a fan of Nike's Kobe performance basketball line because not only do they usually perform well, not all of them, but most of them, but they also look good. For example, last year's Kobe AD NXT 360, I think it was called, not only looked good on feet, but also performed really well on court. However, durability wasn't the best. That shoe was inspired by soccer sneakers, and this one appears to be inspired by space. Or something, I'm not totally sure, but honestly, I don't mind the way it looks. Now, I do want to say that this video is not going to be a performance review, it's strictly going to be an overview and also my thoughts on this shoe aesthetically. So if you're looking for a performance video specifically, this might not be your video. Go to someone like Nightwing who does a great job with that sort of stuff. I will, however, be giving you guys my thoughts of the initial try-on, the overall fit, and the way that it looks because I do think it's an interesting looking shoe. The first thing that you should know about the Kobe AD NXT Fastfit is that it's $200, which is not a cheap price. The reason for that is that Nike views this as their brand new state-of-the-art Kobe. It's got all the latest technology, it's a performance basketball sneaker, and so in their mind, it justifies the price. In my opinion, that price does seem a little bit steep, but it does match up with a lot of their other flagship models. So jumping right into things, the first thing that you'll probably notice is the semi-translucent textile upper. This layer is very, very thin, and it's only really there to cover up all the different parts of the shoe and also protect the lacing system. Around the tip of the toe, you've got some matte black fuse overlay for added durability. And moving up on the shoe, over top of where the lacing system is, you've actually got this printed gloss dot texture and also a printed gloss Nike logo. Just above that detail, you've got the Fastfit lacing system, or at least the pull strap part of it. As you may have already assumed, the way that you tighten this shoe is just by pulling this strap, which really kind of sketches me out every time I do it because it doesn't seem like the most durable thing in the world. The strap is actually connected to all of these little wires that weave throughout the upper of the sneaker, and when you pull the strap, it actually tightens up this gearing system that you can see through the outsole of the sneaker, which in turn pulls the entire upper of the sneaker closer to your foot. Essentially, pulling on this pull tab is like pulling your laces tight before you tie them, except in this case, you don't actually have to tie them, you just pull. And if you want to get out of the sneaker, you've got this nicely labeled eject tab, which you pull, and that should loosen up the wires for you. This Fastfit technology was first released to the public on the Air Jordan 33 last year, and since then it hasn't really seemed to have caught on, at least not that I've noticed. To me, it just seems like Nike is waging some weird war on laces. They've got the Fastfit system, they've got the Hyper Adapts, just a bunch of shoes that are designed to get rid of a system that has worked for centuries. I don't really understand it. I don't hate it. I'm not mad that Nike is trying to innovate. Of course, I like that because it really makes things more interesting for someone like me, a sneaker reviewer. And I don't even mind some of the technologies that they've come out with, like the Adapt BB technology and this Fastfit system. It just doesn't seem like any of these technologies have really made the case for us to get rid of laces just yet. In fact, I would prefer if this shoe had laces. I just feel like the fit would be better, at least for me. Like I said, I'm not totally in love with the fit that this Fastfit system gives you, at least on this Kobe AD NXT. It just doesn't seem like it's tightening on the right places on my foot, and when you fully tighten it down, it almost feels too tight. And I don't know if that's something that wearing it in will really fix. If you don't feel like you're getting a good enough fit with the Fastfit system, you do also have a strap around the top of the tongue, which does actually help to lock you into the shoe surprisingly well. The one benefit that I've noticed of the FF system is that mid-game, it's a lot easier to tighten your shoes because all you have to do is just pull the strap. It's a helpful technology in that sense. The strap of the shoe has this interesting, almost elephant print-like texture, which I'm not sure how I feel about yet, and on the end of the strap you've got the Nike Kobe logo. Underneath the strap you've got a black tongue with the Kobe logo embroidered into it in red. Then moving inside the shoe you've got this really nicely padded purple sock liner. One feature that Nike is really touting on the Kobe AD NXT Fastfit is the full-length React drop-in midsole. What's interesting is that on Nike's website they call this insole a full-length React midsole, but also that it's dual dual density because they added another layer of foam to help with transitioning. Not totally sure what that means, but on foot, it felt fine. It's not as soft as standard React, so don't expect like the sort of crazy softness that you get from something like the Epic React, but it does feel like it'll provide some nice impact protection. Kobe Bryant shoes are specifically designed to make you feel closer to the ground so you have more ground feel and more stability. That's of course the reason for the drop in midsole, and so far on this shoe, I feel like it works fine. As for fit, I found that the Kobe AD NXT does seem to fit true to size, however it is pretty narrow. Like I said, the Fastfit system doesn't really allow you to customize your fit, so if your foot doesn't fit perfectly in this sneaker, it's not gonna feel great. To be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of the way this shoe felt on my foot. It felt pretty narrow, it also felt a little tiny bit long, and it just felt overly tight, especially when I tightened the Fastfit system. I understand that a lot of people like their basketball sneakers to be very tight and very form-fitting, but this one felt like it was overly tight for no real reason, and I'm not sure exactly why that was. It also was kind of a pain in the ass to get on my foot, but that's true for a lot of basketball sneakers, so I can't really fault this shoe for that. Something else to keep in mind is that this shoe is a mid-top versus last year's low top, and personally I prefer last year's low top, it just fit better on my foot. The thing about this mid-top version of the shoe is that these sort of raw edges right here with the synthetic leather kind of dig into my foot a little bit, and I haven't really played basketball on these guys yet, so I don't know if that's something that'll go away the more that I wear them, but for the first couple times that I threw this shoe on and walked around in it, it kind of bothered me, and I don't know if that's the case for everybody, but it did bother me, and I have pretty thin legs and thin ankles, so I'm surprised that I was rubbing up against this as much as I was. The padding around the ankle did feel pretty nice, and I felt very supported, so in that sense, I like this mid-top version. Continuing back on the lateral side of the shoe, you've got this oversized clear Nike swoosh, which allows you to see all the different layers and things going on inside the shoe, and I really like that detail. It just really makes the side of the sneaker a lot more interesting, and this is my favorite part of the shoe because of how cool it looks. It's something that I wish they would do more of. The bottom half of the clear Nike swoosh is actually cut off, and instead you have this piece of iridescent plastic finishing off the shape. The cool thing about this iridescent panel is that it changes colors depending on what direction you're looking at it from, which I think is a nice touch. The medial side of the shoe is left pretty plain. You just have this black mesh panel, which I guess is fine because no one's really looking at the inside of your foot. Then moving around to the heel of the shoe, you've got the tail of the clear Nike swoosh. You've also got a pull tab at the top that on the left shoe has 4 embroidered red lines that symbolize Kobe's 4 surgeries. And then on the bottom of the heel, you've got this small red TPU heel counter that sort of pops out from the back, which I believe is also true for the Air Jordan 33 as well. Not totally sure why this is a thing, but it looks fine, and I guess if you really want to kick someone, you could injure them a little bit more. I don't know why it's there. And then finally moving to the bottom of the shoe, you've got the semi-translucent rubber outsole. Through the outsole, you can see the dual density drop in midsole, and you can also see the Fastfit gearing system in the center. The outsole features a multi-directional traction pattern, which seems pretty similar to what we had last year. And last year, it was a pretty great traction pattern. The one downside though is that this rubber does seem relatively soft, and I just don't think these nubs are gonna last that long, especially if you play outdoors. Overall, the Kobe AD NXT Fastfit is actually a pretty good looking sneaker. I like its sort of futuristic vibe, and I really like this translucent Nike swoosh on the side. Functionality wise, I don't love the Fastfit lacing system. I just never have, and I don't think I ever will, at least not in this iteration. And fit wise, it's not my favorite. So for performance wear, this might not be my go-to, and I really won't know that until I play in this sneaker. But as of right now, I'm just not really in love with it. But that pretty much wraps up things for today. Now I would love to know your thoughts on the Kobe AD NXT Fastfit and whether you plan to grab yourself a pair or whether you just like the way it looks. So make sure to leave those comments in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.